Hey, do you want to see something really, really cool? If you do, I've got you covered. This over here is a MIDI keyboard. And if I were to press this key, something really interesting is going to happen. So in 3, 2, 1. If you didn't notice, that light over there just turned on. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can do the same with your lights and your MIDI controller. Alright, let me drop the act and actually show you how it really works. So this is an Akai MIDI keyboard, and I've configured it in such a way that if I were to press C3, it would turn down the brightness. If I were to press D3, it would toggle the light. See that? If I were to press E3, it would increase the brightness. So in some capacity, it also can turn on the light. And if I were to press it again, it increases the brightness. It might be hard to see it on video, but it does increase the brightness. This key, C#, it turns the light off. And this key, D#, it turns the light back on. And I've also configured it such that keys from C4 to C5 turn the brightness up in like a gradient. So C4 is 0%, C# is like 8%. So it's like 100 divided by 12, that's like 8.333%. Rounded off, it's like 8%. So each key you go up by, it increases the brightness by 8%. So this is 0%, this is 8%, 16%, 24%, 32%, and this of course will be 100%. Pretty cool, right? Let me show you how it's all hooked up. So you already saw the Akai MIDI keyboard. It's connected to a Raspberry Pi, which is running some custom software that I wrote, and a Home Assistant server that is communicating with my Govee smart RGB desk lamp. Sorry, it's a long name, but it gets the job done. It's a super cool desk lamp. It's got some like RGB modes that I can play with, but most importantly, it has Matter integration. And you don't need Matter integration, but for it to communicate with Home Assistant, you need some sort of like communication protocol. And there are various other ones, but Govee only supports Matter, so that's what I'm using. And the way it works is that when I press a key, the Raspberry Pi is parsing the buffer, the bytes that are coming out of this MIDI keyboard. It's going over USB, and the Raspberry Pi is parsing the USB buffer and figuring out exactly what key was pressed. And after that, it runs a command which sends a post request to the Home Assistant API, and that Home Assistant API then changes the light color or changes the brightness or toggles it on or off. Now let's see what the code looks like. Alright, let's look at some code I wrote. If you don't know how the MIDI protocol works, the way it works is that every time you press a key, it sends 3 bytes over the USB protocol. The first byte tells you if the note is pressed or not pressed. The second byte tells you exactly what key was pressed. And the third byte tells you with what velocity the key was pressed. So if I were to press this button over here, C4, if I were to press it really hard, as you can see, 7F is received. In decimal system is 127. That's the maximum value that the velocity parameter can have. 90 represents that the note was pressed down. 3C represents the exact key I pressed. And 7F is of course the velocity. And you might be confused like, oh yeah, why did it show up 2 times? The reason for that is that every time you press something down, the first byte tells you if the note was pressed or not, right? And if I were to leave it, the first byte's now 80, so that means that the note was not pressed. So every action means that you have to deal with 2 sets of buffers, right? The pressed down buffer and the not pressed down buffer, if that makes any sense. And that's how the code works in a nutshell. It is super simple. It is written in Go because I kind of enjoy Go now. I don't code in Java or any of like those other stupid programming languages. Go is so simple. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent. Yeah, so if you want to check it out, go in the description and clone the repo and control your smart lights with your MIDI controller. It doesn't even need to be a keyboard. As long as it supports the MIDI protocol, you can do it. Okay, you can figure this stuff out. It's super simple. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and maybe subscribe as well. It really motivates me to make more videos like this. See ya.